Hi there again, it's me Josie and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here to do an eyeshadow tutorial today. Today we're going to be looking at Revolution's Passion with a Color. I know the lids are kind of seen better days. So these are the shades we're going to be playing with today. I'm looking for an orangey and gold kind of look today. As you can see, there's quite a few shimmer shades in here, not very many mattes. So if you're looking for a matte palette, this is definitely not the one for you. Basically, I'm going to be doing this orange gold look, like I said. I'm going to be using my Morphe brushes and just little bits and pieces, and my sponge, which is very important today. So if you haven't got one of these, don't worry. You can use your finger to swipe against any of the shimmer shades and be able to apply the color quite easily. Also, just before we start, I just want you to go ahead and take your finger, I want you to put it on that mouse, move over to that subscribe button and click it, and then click that bell next to it, and you'll get a notification when my next video comes out. So you can kind of follow along my makeup journey, as I'm kind of a beginner, beginner, and hopefully move into more advanced makeup as time goes on. If you want to follow along with this journey with me, again, subscribe to my channel and keep you up to date with what I'm up to. So I'm going to go ahead and, first, this palette has no shade names on it. It's got a grid on the back from 1 to 15. 1 to 5 being obviously the first row, and then on and on until you get to 15 on the bottom row. So yeah, I will put the shade number on the video for you, so you can follow along with that as well. It makes it easier for you. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and magnify my eyes now, so you can kind of see everything that's going on in the scene, and where I'm putting the makeup, etc, etc. So yeah, should be cool. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Oh, also, you're going to be hearing me yelling about cleaning my brush. So if you want to know what the heck I'm doing, I've got one of these brush cleaners that I purchased off Amazon. And they're really cool. It just takes the pigment right out of the brush for you. So you can just go ahead and use your brush again without having to go and wash it and do all those doodads to it. Obviously, wash your brushes at least maybe once every week. And it'll keep them nice and clean, tidy, sanitized, and ready to use whenever you want to. Right, okay. Let's start by going into the shade number 4. And I'm using my 433 Firm Blending Fluff from Morphe. I use Morphe's brushes. I just really think they're fantastic. So yeah, if you don't have them, don't worry. Use whatever you have available to you, and I'm sure it'll all be fine. Right, so I've got that shade number 4 now, and I'm going to start popping that on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm just going to drag it out. So making sure I'm getting a little bit on that lid, right on the bottom. Kind of create a flow. Just rotating my brush around as I'm going on, so I make sure I'm using all the shadow that I picked up off of the palette. And this is kind of like a reddy orange, which is kind of nice because it breaks the color up a little bit. Onto the other eye. Make sure they're both in the same kind of angle. That's one thing I always seem to have problems with. I don't know why, but can't seem to get the angle right. I think if I follow my brows, exactly where my brow is going up, I should be okay. I hope. Let's not get too hung up on that. That's easily fixable as we go along as well. I'm just going to dip into that again at number 4. And I'm just intensifying the shade there. Make sure you get a little bit on that lower lid. Oh, smashing. Love it. I love bright colors. I just think they're amazing. I mean, people do stare, you know, if you don't put your makeup on right, they will stare at you. And they even will stare at you with bright colors. If you do it right, they'll go, wow, that looks cool. And that's the kind of thing that we're kind of striving for here, is just to get that wow color. If I hold my breath, I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's just one of those things that I do. I also use my finger on occasion to kind of move the pigment around on my eye. I don't know if anybody else does that, but if you do it, please let me know in my message box. Do you kind of use your finger to swipe away stuff that you don't want being there? Colors, I mean, like. Yeah, let me know. If you don't answer, that'll mean you don't do it. So it means I'm going to be the only person in the world to do that. I can't see that being true. So that's looking pretty good. Again, we can play around as we go along. Okay, so I'm just going to clean that brush. And I'm going to go ahead into the number 10, which is more orangey. Let's see. Okay, just counting out what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to pop this right here, right beside that orange, ready kind of look. And I'm just going to, don't go too high up when you're putting this color on, guys. I want to stay within the constraints of the lid here. I've just found that that's so much easier to do if you don't go outside the crease. Because I mean, knowing what I've been doing for the longest time, not just being the wrong way to do it, but just it always looked odd. And I know there's a lot of makeup artists out there that do it, but I'll stick with this for now. I think I'll be doing one final swipe across with one of the colors, but it won't be that high up, so you'll see what I mean when we get there. Alright, so I'm just popping more color on that lid. And some more. Right down to the lid, the bottom of the lid, and just work your way up, or the opposite way, whichever way you fancy doing it. Works just as well. Again, I'm just intensifying that color. We're gonna blend it all together and it'll look nice. I'm telling you, don't worry. You'll see what I mean. Okay, clean that brush. And I'm gonna use my sponge. Again, if you don't have one of these, you can use your finger. It swipes just as well. So I'm going to number 7, which is a shimmer orange. And I'm just gonna pop it right next to that other one. Some more on that sponge. And some more. I want it to be intense. And more. That's good. So get some more on that other eye here. Swipe it down. Again, don't try and go up too high. Right, some more. Get that fiery orange going. At least it kind of will match my shirt because I'll be using the gold on it in a second. And that should match my top. Right, clean that sponge. And I'm gonna go into number 11, which is that gold. And I'm just popping that in the inner corner of my eye. Just bringing it into that orange a little bit. Just packing that gold on. And the other eye. Sorry if I go quiet, guys. Just trying to concentrate where I'm putting my colors here. Don't want to make any mistakes. I know they can easily be wiped off, but I'd rather not make any mistakes to start with. But if you are struggling and you need to wipe off, just go ahead and do that, and maybe pause the video or whatever, so you can get back to the same point you were at before you paused it. Okay, let's clean that sponge. I'm going to go back into that number 7, which is that orange, and I'm just going to go back and just swipe that there. I'm just kind of tapping it in so I can get the full effect of the shimmer. Kind of sign little swipes and tapping motions. And back into that number 7, and on the other side as well. A little more. Keep building that color up. Right, just gonna clean that sponge now. And I'm going to start mixing these together. And I'm going to use which brush am I using? Use my 441 blending crease brush by Morphe, and we'll start dragging this in towards the eye. So I'm just blending it all together. I'm going to need to build that color up a little bit more again, but let's get the mixing it done out of the way first. And this eye. Again, just blending it in. And again, just blending it in. Okay, so we're going to start building that color up again now that we've done the main blending. And that looks quite nice. In that shape. Okay, just clean that brush now. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe 506 tapered mini blender. And I'm going to go back into that number 4. And I just want some of that orangey red. And just blending it in here. And some more of that number 4 on the other side. So it's going to be the same on both eyes, so just double check where your shadow's going to. Okay, clean that brush, and we'll go to number 10 again, and just popping it beside it. Just building the color up, like I said. And the other eye. Just adding that color back in. Tapping it in. Just a little bit more of that number 10. Again, I'm just going over this side as well. It's nice and bright, isn't it? I love it. Alright, just cleaning that brush. And the next color we're going into is number 6. No, sorry, 7. That shimmery orange again. I'm kind of dragging it a little bit over because I want that shimmer right in the center of my eye to give a nice reflection, or the idea that there's a reflection. And back at number 7 again. And we'll do the other eye. Again, I want that shimmer in the center. Not exactly the best brush to be doing this with, so I'm just going to pop and use my sponge. Just going to clean this brush here first. Right, so onto my sponge and onto that number 7. That's better. And some more. We'll do this side. Some more. This is one of my favorite looks. I really like it. It's a chance to get those bright colors out in the springtime and just show them off. And some more of that number 7. Okay. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Just going to clean that sponge. And I'm going to go into that number 11, which is that gold. And I'm just going to pop that in the corner like I did before. This is like a 2-coat look. Yeah, just blending that gold in. And the other eye again. Just getting them both the same on both sides. Just dragging it out a little bit. Just blending it in. If you notice, I've kind of moved it towards the center as well, where I put that other shimmer shade, so I can kind of blend them together. So I'm quite happy with the way that that looks now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start working on the lower lid now. And I'm using my smudger brush from Morphe. It's the number 213. As you can see, it's just a little nibby head brush. And I'm going to go into that number 4. I just want to intensify that corner a little bit. Make it a bit more fiery. Just bringing it across a little bit. back into that number 4. Do the same thing on the lower lid. It looks looking okay. Trying to get a little bit of a rounded shape at the top so it doesn't look like a box, a square box on my eyes. Put a bit more of that number 4. Again, I'm just getting rid of that boxy look in the other eye. I think that looks okay. Still trying to round it off a little bit. Okay, let's clean that brush now. I'm just going to go into that number 5 again. Just touch up those corners. Alright, so clean that brush. Go into number 10, which is that orange. I'm going to drag that a little bit in towards the center. Just making a big enough line here, guys, so when I put my eyeliner on, you people see it through. I'll probably touch it up as well. Right, so on the other eye now. Still using that number 10. And then finally, just clean that brush again. We'll go into that number 11, which is that gold. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on my lower lid. Should all mix together. Right, let's clean that brush. Now, just a little bit of corner brightness. Going to use number 6. I'm just going to pop that right in the corner and on the other side as well. Brightens it up a little bit. Okay, that's quite good. I think I'm pretty done with this eyeshadow now, guys. I'm going to go away, put the rest of my makeup on, come back and talk to you about this palette. See you in a minute. Right, so I'm back after putting most of my makeup on, and just thought I'd do the final couple of steps with you so you can see what I use to give my cheeks a nice kind of brilliant glow. So I start off with using my blush, which is a sleek rose gold shade. This is a dupe for NARS Orgasm, which is really, really popular. So I just put these on the top of my cheek bones there, so I get a little bit of color on there, and then I'm going to buff it out with a big, big fluffy brush. So I just buff it out till it's just soft. Sorry if you hear rattling, it's my bracelet. Right, so kind of like the way that that's looking now. Just slowly blending it in. Okay, so that's done. Just gonna put that brush away. Now, highlighters. Give me a second. I don't like leaving a lot of stuff out because it just ends up getting all over my desk. Alright, so shimmer shades that I use for my cheeks. The highlighters I use. This is MAC's Iridescent Powder in the shade Silver Dusk. I'll just open it up and show you what it looks like. So it's kind of like a, well, it's powder obviously. And it's silvery looking, kind of. So I take my little fluffy brush from Morphe I got. It's a Pro Round blender brush. I think that's what it says. Got the number M510 on it. So I'm just going to pop that a little bit in the little pot, and then start hitting my cheekbone with that. Pop a little bit more on my brush. And the other side, drag it right up to the temples. A little more out of that pot. I'm going to hit the top of the brows, down the center of the nose, Cupid's bow, and then I do the chin a little bit here. You don't have to do that. This is not a must-have, but I do because I think if you've got the light shining on other parts of your face, it's going to look funny if you don't have a little bit of a shine on your chin. So not too much. You don't want it beaming. So let's pop that away now. And the next thing that I use, I'm just going to clean that brush first, is my new product that I absolutely love, and I mean love, is the Belle dermatologist approved hypoallergenic face and body illuminating powder. So that's what it looks like, and this is so awesome. I just take wrong brush. Take a flat-headed brush like that, just dip it into that, and I just get this soft glow in the areas that I want it to be, like the top of my cheeks, my nose, chin, my Cupid's bow, and just give this really soft glow. As you can see, it's really nice. Right, just gonna put that brush away now. Again, I'm just putting my products away because I don't like too much stuff on my desk. Stuff for me to knock over because I'm really good like that. And I thought I'm going to top it off with a nice bright red lipstick to go with that red and orange. So I've got the Huda red lipstick kit. I'm just going to pop some of that on my lips. Just blending it in. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Huda topper, which is like this gold shimmer, and it's really nice as well. Just a couple dabs on the lip, the center of the lip, and the top. I put a little bit more on the sides of the top of the lip. So that looks really brilliant, glowy, very nice. And just rubbing it together. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Just pop those in my pockets because I'm taking them with me when I go downstairs. Right, so I think we come to the end of my video, folks. Just have a quick talk about this palette. This is the Revolution Passion for Color palette. This is what you get. Let me show you the inside because it's much nicer that way. So you get loads of shimmer shades in here. I use the orange and the gold. There's purple, there's blue, there's kind of a couple of greens, light greens in there as well. So yeah, there's only a few matte shades in there. So if you're looking for mattes, this is not the palette for you. So yeah, I love the shimmers out of this, and it's really come out nice on my eyes. I love it, so pretty. So would I buy this again? Yeah, definitely would buy it again. Just gonna keep rubbing my sponge into those shimmer shades, and eventually I'm gonna hit the pan and I'm gonna want another one. So yeah, I will definitely pay another £5 for this again, and at least it won't be all smashed up. but it probably will get some use. Right, so final thoughts, guys. I'm really happy with this look, and I'm going to be doing it again, I'm sure, in the near future. I hope you've enjoyed the video as well, and you've managed to put some makeup on for yourself. Whether it's this palette or any other palette, and you just kind of just enjoyed watching what I'm doing. That's fantastic. I'm really happy. As a final note, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and you'll be notified anytime a new video of mine pops up on screen, and you can have a look at it and share on my makeup journey from a beginner to hopefully a makeup artist in the future. I'd love that. I just love eyeshadow so much. I love makeup so much. You know, I'm limited to how much I can spend a month, but you know, it makes me I get a long list of stuff that I want, and I put it on my little blackboard I got over here, and it just gives me a gentle reminder of what I need to buy and when. Alright, so let's get the hair all sorted out now. And there you go, guys. That's the finished look. Alright, so see you guys all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Mwah.